You'd love to own a caravan? The prices of the new one are just beyond your budget. And that's where we say look at this series, because we'll look at pre-owned vans. This one, for example, is a mere £7,500. It's a Coachman Amara, it's a two-berth, and it's got some intriguing features. The question is, what does it lack that you'd find on one of the latest ones? Well, the first thing I notice is that on the fairing, you certainly couldn't stand on that to clean dead flies off the top, whereas on the latest Coachmans, you have a little step you can stand on. There is a feature I'm especially find notable, and that is the guttering across there. Hey, it's rained all morning, seriously. And the guttering has been great, and you don't get one like that on a modern van. It projects beyond the sides, so the water discharges well away from the sides and doesn't leave black streaks. There's something around the back, though, that I find less pleasing. Let's go and look. Positioning the wastewater outlets in the centre at the back is a silly idea that nowadays is never followed, simply because when you park on a slope, you can actually find difficulty getting the wastewater containers underneath, and therefore they're situated more sensibly on new models on a sidewall. And talking about the sides, let's go inside. A control panel right over the door. Not like the latest ones, which are all touch screens and digital readouts. This one's got on-off switches. Between you and me, some people of my age prefer on-off switches. They're so simple. Smoke alarm, of course, but what we haven't got is a CO alarm, and that's mandatory in the very latest vans. Turning to the kitchen, nice facilities, nice appliances, ideal for two people. But the one thing that you will get in a modern van is a microwave oven. That's where a microwave oven would normally be fitted. There is one. I've got this wrong. Unusual for a van from 2008. On checking, I can see bits of timber. This has been subsequently added. You wouldn't get this if it had been the original van. Now let's take a look at the front. This is interesting. Mains lighting, 230 volts. You don't get that in the very latest vans. More's the pity, because I like the quality of lights that comes from mains lighting. And over here, that's another example of a 230 volt fitting. Normally speaking, in the latest vans, they'll have 12 volt lights. Used to be halogen, and they would be halogen here. And that reading light, contrary to what I've just said, is actually LEDs. I find that surprising for 2008. I'll let you into a little secret. When I was hunting around, look what I found. Halogen bulbs. It was quite clear that the previous owner had decided to upgrade and had put LED fittings in all of the light units. On the lighting theme, under here, electrically speaking, there's a system that I know is of a very high quality. It's got all the fuses, the switches for mains, and the one thing that does disappoint me is that I can only count up to 1, 2, 3, 13 amp sockets. On some of the very recent caravans, there might be 4, 5 or even 6. So that's the 2008 Coachman Amara. If you were to buy the latest Coachman, you'd certainly have 1 or 2 extra features. But did you notice how that the person who'd previously owned this had managed to upgrade with a microwave, with LED lights? Perhaps you could do the same thing if you bought an older caravan.